I have a take on Angel Reese that I'm sure will trigger a bunch of people.
Let's hear your take.
But I think Angel Reese, and I'm saying this with my chest out, I think she's cool.
It's official. The Angel Reese experiment in Chicago has completely fallen apart. Before you listen to another media pundit trying to sugarcoat the mess, you need to see the facts they're conveniently ignoring. This isn't just a rough patch. It's a total organizational collapse. And the so-called franchise centerpiece is the one lighting the fuse. Angel Reese is stuck in basketball limbo, and she's on the verge of making the biggest misstep of her career. While the WNBA's PR machine paints a glossy fairy tale picture, the reality is far darker. A 9-30 disaster, a franchise voted the league's worst by its own players, and a star scheming her getaway. This is the story of how one of the most hyped players in the league turned against her own team, and why her desperate attempt to escape is likely headed for a crushing, humiliating end. Strap in, because the full truth is about to come crashing down.
What? Excuse me? Let me make sure I'm understanding you correctly. WNBA media is so desperate to make Angel Reese a huge star. Their level of desperation is so high. They want you to accept her so badly that they're actively celebrating.
Chicago Sky are officially in flames. No sugarcoating it. At 9:30, they're the league's biggest joke. A team that hoisted a championship just 4 years ago has now crumbled into chaos. And when fellow WNBA players vote your franchise the worst run in the league, you know this isn't just a rough season. It's a full-blown systemic collapse. At the center of this whirlwind, Angel Reese, the player they were supposed to build around. But instead of leading the team, she's become the main source of the mess. Her frustration has boiled over, and the signs are everywhere. She's made it clear she wants out. What started with cryptic social media posts hinting at trades and teammates, leaving escalated into something far more obvious. One post read, "Making decisions for yourself is a liberating feeling." That's not the language of a loyal franchise cornerstone. That's a glaring signal from a player who's mentally checked out and is already plotting her exit. And if you thought the quiet quitting was bad, wait until you hear how she's been treating coaches and teammates behind closed doors. The disrespect is jaw-dropping. Her relationship with the coaching staff has completely collapsed. Teresa Weatherspoon, the coach who personally recruited her, was let go, and instead of handling it professionally, Reese's emotional post framed it as a personal attack. That's the first red flag. A player putting feelings over franchise stability. Under new head coach Tyler Marsh, things have only deteriorated further. Reports surface of open defiance during huddles, culminating in one viral shocking moment. Reese slapping a clipboard out of an assistant coach's hands during a critical timeout. Think about that. At the exact moment the team is trying to draw up a game-saving play. Her reaction is to physically undermine the coaching staff. This isn't competitive fire. It's toxic chaos, and it's infecting the entire organization. The toxicity extends beyond the coaches. Teammates are fed up. Watch the game tape closely. Sky players actively avoid passing to Reese, even taking contested shots or letting the shot clock expire rather than feed her. When your own teammates refuse to play with you, the locker room is beyond repair. It hit its peak when veteran Elizabeth Williams publicly called out the team's turnover issues while sitting next to Reese at a press conference. A direct, unmistakable jab at Reese's league-leading 4. 7 turnovers per game. Chemistry, it's not just broken, it's radioactive. And make no mistake, this pattern of behavior isn't new. This is the Angel Reese blueprint. When the pressure mounts, she doesn't rise, she retreats. Look back at her college days, transferring from Maryland to LSU the moment things got difficult. Critics weren't wrong to dub her the Queen of Quit, and now that same pattern is playing out at the professional level. Her conveniently timed back injury appeared just as the Chicago Sky season descended into chaos. She sat out critical games for weeks with the team unable to provide any clear diagnosis or timeline. What should have been a medical issue now looks more like a carefully calculated escape plan. But here's where it gets both ironic and brutal. What happens when the Queen of Quit tries to leave only to discover her kingdom is worthless? Angel Reese is about to face a reality check that could define her entire career. The hard truth: her market value doesn't match her ego. She's posting mediocre points on a dismal 44% shooting. Turnovers are nearly doubled. And shockingly, the team actually performs better when she's off the court. Those aren't stats that spark bidding wars. They're stats that make GMs hang up the phone. Yes, she grabs rebounds, but her offense is a black hole. And the deeper problem isn't numbers, it's attitude. She's baggage. Every smart front office knows you don't trade valuable assets for locker room headaches. Players who quit under pressure, disrespect coaches, and come packaged with social media chaos. Reese's personal highlights have never translated into team success, and the league sees the pattern clearly. Compare her to other young stars, and the contrast is staggering. Caitlin Clark faces relentless physical defense, media pressure, and the burden of carrying a franchise, and yet maintains professionalism, focus, and consistency. While Clark shatters records and elevates her team, Rhea is busy spotlighting her weaknesses and clashing with teammates online. This isn't just a gap in maturity. It's a chasm. Ironically, the Chicago skies seem to be calling her bluff. They aren't bending over backward to cater to her. No dramatic trades. No perfect little bubble to accommodate her whims. Instead, they're quietly moving forward, investing in players who actually want to be there. The rest of the league already knows the truth. Angel Reese is not a franchise cornerstone. She's a stat collector, a brand, and in a league where winning is everything. Branding doesn't win championships. The Sky marketing team perfectly illustrates this delusion. After a 79-69 loss, the franchise tweeted a graphic naming Angel Reese player of the game. You can't be the player of the game when your team loses. This culture of celebrating failure has corroded the organization from the inside out. They're so intent on propping up her image that they've lost sight of the fundamental goal of sports to win. So what comes next? Angel Reese is at a crossroads that could define her entire career. She has two paths. She can swallow her pride, step up, and tackle the monumental task of fixing the mess she helped create, proving she has the maturity and professionalism to thrive. Or she can force her way out of Chicago, only to realize the grass might not be greener on the other side. A new team could mean less media spotlight, fewer endorsement opportunities, and a coach who won't tolerate even a second of her toxic behavior. She may soon discover that being the star in a small, struggling system was the peak of her influence, and that her hype-heavy game might not translate anywhere else. This saga is essentially a referendum on Reese's ability to be a true competitor. And right now, the verdict is staring her in the face, and it's one she may not be ready to accept. So, the question is Angel Reese a victim of a failing organization, or is she the storm at the heart of chaos? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear your take. And if you thought this was intense, check out the video on your screen exposing the shocking financial reality behind the WNBA's biggest stars. And when fellow WNBA players vote your franchise the worst run in the league, you know this isn't just a rough season. It's a full-blown systemic collapse. At the center of this whirlwind, Angel Reese, the player they were supposed to build around. But instead of leading the team, she's become the main source of the mess. Her frustration has boiled over, and the signs are everywhere. She's made it clear she wants out. You won't believe what some of them are actually making. Don't forget to hit subscribe for more uncensored behind-scenes truth.